Hi everyone, welcome back to our third tutorial. So now that we understand why automation testing is so important, now it's time to dive in. And what better place to start than Selenium, so which is one of the most widely used and automation tools for automation testing. So first thing first, what exactly is Selenium? So Selenium is an automation open source tool that allows us to automate browsers. Okay, so think of it as a remote controlling Chrome, Firefox, or Safari. So with Selenium, you can tell the browser that open this page, click on the XYZ button, type XYZ text, verify the result. Okay, then let's take a fun example. So suppose I want to test a Google search. So what I would normally do is open Google Chrome or maybe any browser, open google.com, type automation testing in the box, in the search box, press enter and then check the result. So by using Selenium, I can write a script once and it will do all that for me in seconds. Okay, so I could even run that script hundreds of times on different browsers without getting tired. Okay, so now Selenium isn't just one thing. Okay, so basically Selenium has few components. So the most important for us is Selenium WebDriver. Second is IDE and the third one is Grid. So the most important is Selenium WebDriver. So WebDriver is what actually controls the browser. So the browsers such as Chrome, Firefox, Safari, like which are controlled by this WebDriver component. Okay, and there is also Selenium IDE. So which is nothing but a record and playback tool for the beginners. So we are not using this, but yeah, like just for the beginners, like it's a easy tool. Just we can record the steps, we can perform the steps, and then we can record them parallelly. Okay, and then we can play back those. So this is one kind of component for the Selenium, which we are not using that. And the next is Selenium Grid. So basically for running the test on multiple machines at once, we are using this Selenium Grid. But again, for now, we only have to focus on WebDriver, okay, which is our main component. So here is another way to think about it. Okay, so if you imagine you are teaching a robot to browse the web. Okay, so you tell it step by step that open a browser, go to this site, type here, click here, and ultimately check the result. Okay, so Selenium WebDriver is like that robot. Okay, so now before we dive into coding in later videos, let's visualize one test case together. Okay, so the test case is open a browser, let's say open a Chrome browser, then go to google.com and then type automation testing into the search box, click search and verify that the results are displayed. Okay, so let's go to the here, let's say for example, maybe I will just go www.google.com and then enter, and then once the page is loaded, so here in this box we will just type automation testing, sorry, automation testing. Okay, and then either you can click on the search bar here or then simply enter. Okay, so we can like what we can say, handle these steps using Selenium. Okay, and then once you click on the search, the search results are displayed and then we can validate those. So for example, if you want to get this link, okay, so there are ways we can locate this element and then we can validate the expected results. Okay, so we will talk about this in our future lectures. Okay, Yeah, so congratulations. So that's an automation test you just built in your head. Later we will learn how to actually write the code. Okay, so why this is powerful? Okay, so because imagine you are working in a team that deploys updates every day. So instead of manually checking your login, search, or checkout feature daily, Selenium does it in minutes. Okay, so that means faster feedback for the developers as well as fewer production bugs for the users. Okay, so now Selenium does have some learning curve, but don't worry, we will take it step by step. In the upcoming videos, I will walk you through the setup, writing your first script, and eventually creating a framework that handles multiple tests. So for now, I want you to think about this. Okay, so this is kind of exercise for you. So if you had a Selenium installed right now, what's the very first thing you would want to automate? So would it be logging into your favorite site, filling a form, running search? Think about it, because in the next videos we will start doing it together. Okay, so now your turn. You can comment in the comment section. If you were to automate a login page using Selenium, what steps would you include in your test case? So don't worry about writing code, just a logical steps are enough for now. So let's see your